Poetry and politics. Can they go together? Can they cohabitate? Well, yes, I think they can. And this week on Heart Work with Dale Byron, the podcast, I want to delve into that particular subject. You see, when it comes to poetry, poetry is able, I believe, to deal with joyful things, happy things, incredible celebration. And poetry can also deal with difficult things, with grieving, and with very complex things. So I think poetry and politics make fine partners, actually. Now, specifically this week, I want to talk about the candidate Zohran Mamdani, who is a candidate for mayor of New York City. As I'm speaking, it's just a week or so before the election. But I think that his campaign is rippling out all through all through the country and maybe even beyond that. A lot of people are watching. Now, here's the thing, and I'll get to the poem in just a moment because Zohran's campaign is what inspired me to write a poem about something that I think he is incredibly skillful at. And we'll get to that in just a moment. But just to talk very briefly about his campaign, Zohran, I think, has been successful because he's avoided labels. What do I mean by that? Well, he's not labeled others. And at the same time, he's not allowed others to label him. He's just talked relentlessly about what he believes in, about his values, and what the policies and things that he wants to do and why he wants to do it. So he's avoided labels. He's exhibited an incredible amount of integrity. People that either maybe agree with him or don't agree with him or partially so can, I think, at least say that he has incredible integrity and consistency in the campaign that he's run. He's also been incredibly pro-social, which is a big plus for me. Pro-community, pro-social. He's maintained an unrelenting message of fairness, of affordability, of meeting basic human needs such as healthy food, childcare, basic transportation. He's also taken strong, clear moral stances without what I would say is bile and bitterness toward those that may not agree with him at this point in time or may not be in the same place that he's at this time. But he's won so many people over with what I call a fierce kindness, which means the place that he's headed, the vision, the values, those are not negotiable. However, what is negotiable for him, at least in what I can see from his campaign, is inviting many people in to help discover the ways, to experiment with the ways to move forward, to get to this pro-social, pro-community, fairness, justice kind of place that he wants to get to. And in and around all this, I think one of the ways that I began to think of it is that he practices the wise art of maybe, the wise art of maybe. And again, what I mean is not equivocating, not on the direction, the goal, the fairness, the pro-social, the pro-community, all of those things. Those are very distinct things that he's been incredibly clear about. But it's the maybe, it's the softening around. How do we get there? How do we invite more and more people into this journey or on this journey? So this is the poem that I came up with. It's called The Wise Art of Maybe, and it is in honor of Zohran Mamdani and this incredible campaign that he hasn't won it yet, that he's run. And win, place, or draw, he's still an amazing candidate. And I think he is teaching many of us how to do it in such a way that you can maintain your integrity and at the same time not bring bile and bitterness and cynicism to the table. So, the wise art of maybe, and it has like a little quote that starts the poem. It's the quote is arrogance is ignorance plus conviction. Arrogance, arrogance is ignorance plus conviction. And remember, the poem is called The Wise Art of Maybe. That little quote is by Tim Urban. Okay, here's how the poem goes. In our culture, we abhor the uncertain. In our culture, we abhor the uncertain. Admire the hot, quick take. Admire the hot, quick take that says, this is the answer. No doubts allowed. We love the noisy, vexatious claimer who says, I alone can solve it all, as we punish the humble, the subtle, the nuanced. We call it dithering. We call it dithering, cowardice, or worse. We want the strong, sure, up without down, the never conflicted, no matter how wrong. The never conflicted, no matter how wrong. But what of the minor gesture? But what of the minor gesture that says, I do not know. I do not know. Replacing certainty with questions, arrogance with awe, feeling our way into a future worth having, pointing our head, heart, and hands toward that which is whole, real, and right. Whole, real, and right. But what of the minor gesture that says, I do not know? I don't know. Replacing certainty with questions and arrogance with awe, feeling our way into a future worth having, pointing our head and heart and hands toward that which is whole, real, and right. So I think this is a model for me for politics going forward, because this country is in difficult trouble when it comes to our politics. And I think to be able to hold a very distinct and specific vision that many people say, yes, that's what I want. I want a politics. I want, when we talked about politics, who gets what, when, and how much. I want a politics that's fair, that's just, a politics that's pro-social, pro-community. I want all of that. And so if we are able to have that vision, then it gives us the strength. It gives us the strength to be able to practice the wise art of maybe when it comes to inviting people in, when it comes to getting people's head, their intellect, their ideas, of course, their heart, their feelings, and their hands, their actions, all together. The idea being that we need many minds, many good hearts, many good hands to help craft, to experiment, to say, maybe, we're not sure, but let's try this. And I think that Mamdani he really holds that as a value. I think he really very explicitly shows that. And I think that's why so many thousands and thousands of people, including yours truly, have been attracted to the way he's comported himself, the poetic way he's run politics. Now, there's an old saying that says that you campaign in poetry and you govern in prose. Well, that may be true, but I think there's also a way that we can campaign in poetry and then also have that poetry inform what we do in the world, bringing our head and heart and hands together, which is exactly what poetry, in my opinion, humble, does so well. Does so well. So, can poetry and politics hang out together? You bet. Thank you for your listening ear. Until next time and next poem, please take good care of yourself. And if you're somewhere that you have a chance to vote, do that too. Take good care.